Let's do it, and let's kind of combine the two themes that we've been talking about here. So you are going to be the new vigilante in your area, okay?
Yeah.
First things first, because obviously we're not talking about superpowers or anything like that. You've got no superpowers. What is your like weapon / defense mechanism that you have?
Hey guys, welcome to the Nice Guys of Comedy podcast, with your hosts, Jack, Vincent and Nick Crooks. Oh, and by the way, they're from the north, that's the reason they sound that way.
So I'm guessing I'm not a billionaire in this fucking scenario.
No, you can be if you want. Like you as well. Like you don't have to go with the laws that are in the country. Like you can have a gun if you want.
All right, so I'm gonna go a gun because obviously I ain't got superpower. But I'm gonna go. Let's think. Do you know what? I'm not big on killing.
That's good to know. It's good to know.
Like as much as I would like to drop. To be fair, it depends how many times the guy's been caught. So I'd always carry a lethal dose of ammunition, you know. But I would go around with the same type of gun with one of them little bean bags. Bang! Drop the bean bag, and then I would stand over and say some Batman line like, I don't know. You better go home, kids.
Do you know what always gets me as well? What I've noticed in a lot of these superhero things, they're always very concerned about protecting their particular city. Like Oliver Queen's line is, "You have failed this city," and like Batman's all about Gotham, and then I was like I said, I'm watching Black Lightning, so that's all about Freeland and stuff like that. And like, you are the Black Jesus of this city, and I'm thinking that's the one thing we don't have in the UK. We don't give a shit about our city pride, really. Like. Yeah. We don't have that sense of, oh my god, the crime rate in this. I'll just move to a different postcode. I'm cool with that. I'm chill.
Well, to be fair, Superman does a lot for the whole world, so he's probably the only one that doesn't.
Yeah, but he does an awful lot more for Metropolis.
Yeah, well, he lives there, doesn't he? He's gonna.
Yeah, but like, I just find it weird.
Yeah, because to be fair, Flash could get to a disaster in like Asia. In a split second.
But every criminal seems to be in Central City.
Yeah. And the fact is, every superhero seems to be in the USA for some weird reason. You're not allowed any Asian people with powers, are you not? Or you're not allowed any Australians that are rocking up flight or something like that. No,
it's true. Occasionally they'll get a token person from the UK, but remember, they've still got to be able to speak English so they can, be desirable.
I mean, we've got Constantine. That's enough.
Constantine is a sick character. That is actually
annoyed me about why cancel Constantine.
I never watched it. Right, never actually watched it. But I'm watching like I said, Arrow and all that, and Legends of Tomorrow, and he's a main character in that. So I want to go back and watch it because him as a character is sick. Matt Ryan, who plays him, is fantastic.
Yeah, he's brilliant. Isn't he? I need a drink.
Yeah. Drinking, smoke. And the fact that he's always wearing the same outfit, even though it's not a superhero costume.
Yeah,
brilliant, fantastic.
You need to watch the seasons. I watched the series, and it angered me so much because I thought you've kept some crap on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they basically said it didn't get enough views for their station, but on a normal station, the views would have been through the roof. So.
Just get another station. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. No, not at all.
But I think they're trying to reprise his role through DC Legend. Yeah, he's pretty much a legend, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like a member of the team, and I think it's quite. Sometimes I quite like that idea that if a character doesn't do too well by itself, they'll still continue it on. Because I read somewhere that if the Flash TV show never worked, the character of Barry Allen in the Flash was going to be a member of Team Arrow. So Grant Gustin, who plays him, was always going to be in work, which I like that idea of storytelling, which is good. But yeah, let's go back to your character then. So your guns. We've got your weapon. What's your outfit going to look like?
Well, I'm going to be bulletproof vest.
Obviously, yeah.
But like not one of them little shitty police ones that don't cover the most vital bits. No. I watched the CSI the other day, and Brass gets shot like here. And it misses the vest. That bit of material, it could have been made into a T-shirt. Someone develop a bulletproof T-shirt. It's not fucking difficult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got the material. Christ. So everything, I'm talking neck thing.
Yeah.
As long as I can move. Some sort of mask, because I don't want my identity. I've got a family. Don't
You've
want
got
my
a family.
identity.
So all you need is that one little mask there.
Yeah, just a line. Just a line. No one's going to know it's me from a little line. Probably a clown mask.
Oh, well, this kind of then links me on to the idea then. What would your superhero name be? It's now got to be clown themed, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But the reason why it's clown is because they scare the shit out of people, don't they? And I think the best way to teach people is to scare them.
Yeah. No, that's why
Yeah.
Batman gets a bit is yeah.
People don't learn from the mistakes if you tickle them. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? You need to be firm.
Smart words from Nick Crooks.
If you rock up with a gun and a clown mask on, people are going to listen.
People are going to listen.
They're going to think the purge has come to life.
But then don't you think that people will be too scared to want you to save them?
No, because the adults are going to know that I'm doing good. It's the youths. The youths of today that are little bastards.
So there's some crime boss who's like Kingpin, and then this clown comes in with guns. He's like, nah, he's all right. He's a clown.
No, because I'm going to fuck them up, obviously. But I'm talking while I'm on my way to deal with the drug dealer, and I see some kids. You know how they ride in the middle of the road in front of cars. Then clown mask on, and I get out. I'm like, and they shit the pants.
Is that how you're going to get around as well, just in like a beat up car?
Yeah. A tricked up little shitty VW with like a flower on the front. And then my sidekicks are all little people, I don't mean like little people, I mean like shorter than me. Just a little bit shorter than me. We're talking like, the criteria is you've got to be like 4 foot.
Okay.
And we all pile out of this car.
Yeah. I think once you get a name, branding, we're sorted. I think that's...
And we're going to call it... In fact, I know we've set up our page now, so I'm hoping we get comments on this. Comment and give me my superhero name. I've got a clown mask. I carry a gun.
Yep.
I might even, for shits and giggles, once I've tied up the kingpin, have a little squirty flower.
But you can't have water in it. That's got to be like pepper spray or like poison. Not poison. That's a bit harsh. Acid.
Piss.
That's even worse. What?
Piss. Not mine either. Not mine. Like dog piss or something. I can say
tiger piss, because then no animals go near it. Because apparently that's a thing that people have around their house that you're supposed to get rid of. I don't know. It's a thing. Cool, yeah. I like it. Well, as well, what you should do is when we put this episode out, like in the comments, I want your picture that you've drawn of your clown mask.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'll get to that.
Because we know how creative you are. I also like as well how you're wearing the same T-shirt as last time. So this episode's just going to look like you've not moved.
Yeah, like I'm in the same position.
Are you still holding the laptop up with your little fire station?
Yeah, like I can't even show. I'd like to show you the fire station. In fact, I'm just going to see if I can move it slightly.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can see with your nice little mic set up on the helipad.
Yeah. On the helipad, yeah. No, it's actually on the basketball court. For some reason, it's got a basketball court on the roof.
I also like how you're wearing your Marvel lounge pants, which I'm pretty sure you said you were wearing last time.
Yeah. I just like to be comfortable, you know. These are just like my lounge gear.
Lounge gear.
Baggy t-shirt. Yeah.
I'm wearing the t-shirt. I don't think I can actually show you. But I'm wearing a t-shirt from the cinema that I worked at for 3 days. So I'm covering the name of it.
With what tape?
With my hand. That's why I'm just very conscious of holding my boob. I'm not just like, don't look at the tits. It's just...
The thing is, like, I'm guessing it's a major brand cinema.
Oh, it's a huge... Yeah.
Yeah, so people are going to... You've got, like, 3 to pick from. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And in all fairness, like, that gives it away, to be perfectly honest.
Cineworld.
Yes! I didn't notice it then, that'll keep popping up, so that's going to give it away. And I've not ever disparaged them. They were a very nice company to work for free shifts. So
the DC films, which is not fun for anyone. So
DC films are not fun for absolutely anyone at all. You know what was really awkward as well? When I first came on, I was like, what I'm going to do in this episode is just do the little intro that I do as the editor to say that the technical stuff and we're videoing it. And I didn't do that. And now we're 40 minutes in and I don't think it's really relevant. But yeah, if no one's guessed by now, this is a video episode. So
no one's guessed. We're in, and if no one's guessed.
Yeah. It's quite funny because I was... this is not really like a surprise, but I'm getting a website built for my comedy club. And they were showing me around it today, and they've linked the podcast in a page on the website.
Yeah.
But the guy was like, "Oh yeah, every time I embedded it for a long time, all the videos kept playing at once. So it was the video where I introduced it, and it's my bald head for like the first 5 seconds. It went, I've seen your bald head more than anything. I went, mate, it keeps telling me to fucking put it as an advert on Facebook, so all I keep seeing is my bald head. All I keep seeing. That and a picture of me in my Jacko Club's boxers. It's all, I'm like, this is all I keep seeing of myself. And then, that's Facebook advertising for you. Don't do Facebook advertising. It's.
I am. Do you know why? Because I don't really understand it, and I think if I do it, I'm going to mess it up where it's going to come out of my bank account every week, and then I'm going to be like, I'm fucked here. You know, I'm signed up. So
like that, like the gym membership that you paid for and then just never cancelled.
Mm.
Although I don't see you as someone who has a recurring gym membership.
I did do, but not anymore.
Okay. That's that. I mean, I had my gym membership, but then after a while, I was like, I'm paying 40 quid. Like, this is fucking expensive.
Yeah, see, I wasn't paying that much. I was paying $12.99. Pure gym all the way.
See, I didn't like going to the gym, so I used to go swimming. So I went to a gym with a pool.
Yeah, well, that's the only thing. I just, at the time, to be fair, I cancelled that and then I went to a leisure centre because I needed, when I was losing the weight, obviously we spoke about this before in the Navy. For some reason, you need to know how to swim. That's a requirement now. You know, if only fools and horses had taught me out, you didn't need to swim years ago.
Oh, gee.
Not that I couldn't swim. I'm a proper good swimmer. I'm a really good swimmer. It's one of my talents, I would say. But the fact is, I needed to do it in the time, so I thought I better just go and practice. So I joined £30 a month.
Not bad.
And when you say, you know, well, nearly everyone can swim. I went to the training and 2 people had to go home because they couldn't do the swim. So
2 out of how many?
like 30.
So 1 out of 50. Jeez, that's...
Yeah, one lass had to be. I'd like, you know, the big thing with a hoop on the end, and they were like, grab it, and she was like drowning, I'm drowning.
But the thing is, I don't understand this because when you're in primary school, they do basic swimming lessons.
Yeah, but well, I don't think they do it anymore.
Oh, they're not.
So we're like in that age bracket. There was a guy there who was he was like 31, and he only learned to swim 4 months ago, he said. And I was like, I found that unreal that someone could get to that age and not swim.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I can swim. Like, if you put me in the middle of the ocean, I'll swim. Well, I'll get tired a little while, but I'll be able to swim. But, like, I'm no Tom Daly, but he's not a swimmer, is he? He's a diver. I don't know any swimmers. I'm not Ariel from The Little Mermaid, okay? Right.
You're not Rebecca Adlington. Yes, I knew a swimmer.
10 points. I'm not some sort of long distance swimmer. Like, I can do it for any great speed, any sort of fancy tricks. Like, as well, you're not getting me anywhere near a Speedo. Like, this sort of thing's not for me, but I will survive. And I thought everyone was in that thing. Apparently not.
I can do it in my pajamas. Yeah, you're in that category. Why?
We never did that. I never got that. No. As well, I got told off for my exam because, you know, one of the exam things you have to go under and then swim through the hoop.
Yeah.
Well, I went down and then couldn't get further enough, so I just picked the hoop up and then went in it. It was like, no, do that again.
Well, so, yeah, it was a big thing. We used to get on the bus to go to the swimming pool. The bus used to come pick you up. I mean, I did swimming lessons at school, and then my mum paid. I went on a Friday night and did swimming lessons to the point where the worst thing is they were free. Or they weren't free, but they cost like £1.
Yeah.
At the time, because it was like late 90s, early 90s, sort of like, let's give the kids free stuff, and now they're like, nah.
Tenner.
So when they basically got cancelled because people weren't going as much, I was on my lifeguard one, and then I never finished it. So I was just like, and then.
Well, I remember we went in primary school. I remember that because I remember as well there were I can't remember why, but there were about 6 weeks where I wasn't allowed to go. So there were me and 3 other kids who like were the only people in our year group, but for like 2 hours in the morning on a Friday, we didn't go. So into the whole, we had like the whole school, not the whole school, but like our whole classroom to ourselves, which was weird. But yeah, I remember going in primary school. We used to go, did basic thing, and then if I remember rightly, the last day of the term we had like a fun day where we got all the floaties out and had like a little party in the pool. But that's all I did. I didn't do anything else beyond that, other than going with friends. But the pool that we went when I was like in high school, it was a pool that you could probably swim in, but the main thing was every so often they'd do these big blare of noises, and then the wave machine would come on, and you'd all play in the waves, and that.
So you do know swimming at all.
And there was a slide which was cool, and then there was a hot tub where the guy would always get in when it was full of 14-year-old girls, which is a bit weird, even though he's like 70.
Jimmy.
It wasn't Jimmy. So it wasn't really the best swimming thing, but it was more of a thing. But I just thought everyone could. But you say that actually, when I so my job at the moment is for local schools. I basically, people rent it out. I go in, unlock the door, make sure they don't burn it down, and lock it up. That's my job.
Yeah.
Primarily, that is used for swimming pools, and the amount of people who come in and like do adult swimming classes now makes a lot more sense. That apparently might be a generational thing that only we had.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It
is weird. I've got to say, it is weird. The worst thing for me at the primary school ones is that I could actually swim, but you had to. This is why my mum started to take me to swimming lessons, because I could swim. But at the primary school, did you get put into different groups of like good swimmers, bad swimmers?
I can't really remember. I'm going to say yes because it seems like it makes sense to.
Yeah.
And if I remember rightly as well, actually, there was one bit where we did the pool where it was for children. So, like, if we stood in the pool now, it'd come up to, like, I don't know, your hip.
Yeah.
But then I remember once we did a bit where it was, like, a proper, with the adults one. So maybe I moved up or whatever. So I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah, well, they started me off, even though I could swim, because I was good at swimming, because they didn't have they did it on certificates. So if you had the certificates, you could go. So I spent a year in the baby pool.
Justice for Nick.
Which is bizarre. So then my mum started to, throughout that year, she started to, and I got them Kellogg's badges, you know, I got them quick. Bosh, 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 get them on my towel.
Boom, boom, boom.
Sew them on mum. That quick, my mum's fingers were bleeding. She was trying to sew them on that quick for next Friday. Ooh.
No, I never did it. The only thing that I remember really doing much outside of school, like, was, I'd say, a physical thing, is I begged and begged and begged my mum to do karate. And I did karate lessons. I did 2 lessons, got myself the full kit and then the bell, and then gave up. Yeah. My mum was not happy with me. I think in total I did 6 lessons.
I'd have been fuming with you as well as a parent.
My mum was, don't worry. She was fuming because them kits don't come cheap. Like she was fuming. But it wasn't, because a lot of it was stretching, and I was like, this is fucking boring.
Yeah, it's the same as kickboxing. Kickboxing were the same for me. Although I went every week.
I wouldn't put you down as a kickboxer.
Oh well, it was at a youth club at the YMCA. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, and I went to do football. My mum was like, my cousin was doing the dance. She's older than me, so she was like teaching the dance group.
Right.
Someone was like, "Will you take the boys? Get them out of my hair." Do you know what I mean? Will you take them away? They're doing me nothing, mum. We've all just got home. It's 3 o'clock. Jesus, been at home all day. Do you know what I mean? Right. And we go on like a Thursday, and we go play football, and then after football, this guy called Vince came in. It was this big black guy, like built like Terry Crews style guy, and he used to come, and then we just, because the dance thing was still going on, and we couldn't get a lift home from my cousin. We was like, oh, let's just do kickboxing for a bit, and then you'd sort of just get into it. So
Shit, that sounds. I don't know why as well, but like I want to do something like that now as a 28-year-old, but like, obviously lockdown, so I don't really. Like I keep going. Oh, I might do like a self-defense class, but I'm. To be fair, the main reason why I want to do a self-defense class is because someone did it in an episode of Suits, the episode that I watched last. That's literally the only reason why. A lot of my career / hobby interests come from TV shows.
From TV shows on the
Like, genuinely, I once spent about a week wanting to become in work in a morgue because of iZombie. There was a small time where I wanted to become a lawyer because of Suits. These were achievable goals. Like, the superhero TV shows can't do that, but I can't become a lawyer. I'm not
well, to be fair, as a kid, I wanted to be Blade. What weird... And you know that it's an 18, but at 11 years old, when you're wearing, like, your dad's coat...
Your dad's dressing gown.
Yeah, like rocking it with like a stick as a sword. And at 11 you're going, I was born ready, motherfucker. And then wearing shades. I was like 1% away from blacking up at 11-year-old. Like Blade is a good hero.
I think we've mentioned this before, but I've not watched it.
Get it watched, Jack.
What's really annoying and really kind of, I've got the DVD on my shelf, right?
Oh, why have you got the DVD and not watched it though?
Right, so it hasn't you who I've spoken about before, right? So I used to have a job. Shock, yeah, I had about 7 jobs, but in an old job, someone on my team was obsessed with the film, like straight up obsessed with it. And every time we talk about a film or anything like that, it was always like, yeah, but about Blade, and I was like, I've not seen it. And I was working there when Marvel announced that they were remaking Blade, and he was like, oh my God, you've got to watch it. And I was like, nah. And then when I had my notice and I was leaving, my leaving present to him was that I bought the film Blade. And it was 50p from Computer Exchange, and I was like, I'll buy it. And I said to him, I was like, oh, I'll watch this before I leave. And then just never did. And then it's come to a point now where like it wouldn't be a present to him because it's been like a year since I've bought it. But I've just never gotten around to watching it.
That's your homework. Get it watched. Get them all watched. Blade 1, 2, Trinity. Get them all watched. Ryan Reynolds in Blade Trinity. Brilliant character.
It seems like you're not setting me one film, you're setting me 3, and I don't know where the other 2 are. Like, are they 50p from Computer Exchange? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's an old film. Wesley Snipes is a criminal, so yeah, they're probably like in the £1 bin, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah, but let's face it, they're not open. Lockdowns happened.
eBay is a thing.
That is true, actually. That is very true.
There you go.
And to be fair, you can seem to rent any film from Amazon.
Yeah, I know they'll be like 50p. Yeah, but I think Amazon are expensive though. Like it's like the film's like 20-year old. I'm not paying $4.99 to rent it when I can go on eBay and buy it for 25p, free postage.
I actually rented the other day off Amazon. Now there's gonna be a lot of people judging me for this, and I don't really care. And in all fairness, it wasn't a great film, but it wasn't horrendous. The new Charlie's Angels film.
No, I wouldn't have rented it. I'm sorry.
I don't know why, but it wasn't horrendous. The thing is, do you have any intent of watching this?
No.
Okay. I'm going to tell this bit, and this is a huge spoiler, like a huge spoiler to it. But it's the first film I've ever watched where Patrick Stewart is the baddie.
Wow. Yeah, I was about to say no, he's in Thunderbirds, but that's Ben Kingsley. So. They're just both bald-headed men.
It's 2 bald guys. And also, Thunderbirds the movie. That's bringing that back. That is. I always find it weird as well when you watch Thunderbirds. Not when you watch it regular like you do it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. That's on your shelf, isn't it? That's always pulled out. That's right by your PlayStation.
What I find funny though about Thunderbirds is if you ever look back at it, there's the main boy in it, but like his girlfriend, interest, whatever, that's Vanessa Hudgens.
Yes, High School Musical. But...
High School Musical, like what? Like you don't. That guy who's in the film, he's not been in anything else since. His boy best friend, not been in anything else. She, huge career.
Yeah, And the dad is Bill Paxton.
Yeah. And apparently the villain, Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. And he's in the villain, Patrick Stewart, yeah.
And a great theme tune by Busted.
Yeah. Smashing. That's on repeat on my iPod.
I think for a while it was the only Busted song that I actually had on my Spotify.
You get hyped up by a bit of Thunderbirds I Go. Something wrong with you.
This is where we're going to just outro the podcast to Thunderbird Saga.
Yeah, please put it on the end. In the end, put it on the end. Just
if it didn't get strucken by copyright, I fucking would do it, but it'll get strucken. So struck? I don't know. It'll get hit by copyright. So and we I know that the podcast is doing all right at the moment, Nick, but we don't have the money to take on Busted.
You do. We can chuck a bag of cocaine at Matt Willis and. I apologise. If I ever meet Busted now, I'm never going to live this down. Emma Willis, I'm sorry for that.
Fucking hell, man!
I mean, that was quite a funny joke, to be fair.
I'm going to break this down. I will give you 10 out of 10, mainly because that is a niche part of knowing about his addiction troubles.
I'm a big Busted fan. Like,
jeez, you pulled that out of the bag. I mean, props to you. I mean, I think this is also, by the way, I think we're on like nearly episode 17, 18 or something like that. But Busted has been mentioned throughout this podcast. You are a huge Busted fan, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, I'm a big Busted fan. Could reel off some songs. If my iPod's, I don't know where my iPod's at, but pretty much I've got a YouTube playlist. It's mainly Busted.
Oh, that is genuinely. I'm going to quiz you now. I'm going to do some quizzing for you of Busted. Right. Question number 1. Okay, let's do a bit of trivia then. What was Busted's first UK number 1?
Well, it's got to be Year 3000.
Nope.
So if it's not that, it's what I go to school for then?
Nope.
God.
So Year 3000 came out and it went to number 2.
That was their first hit though, wasn't it?
No, well, no, what I got to school for was, because that came to number 3. But their first ever UK number 1 was You Said No.
Which is weird because it's not even, I wouldn't have even said it's a single.
No. Okay. I actually thought they had a lot more number 1s than this. So they've only ever had You Said No, which was a number 1. Crash the Wedding, which was number 1.
Yeah, that was going to be my second guess, actually. Yeah. Crash the Wedding.
They then had Who's David? That went to number 1.
Which is also a weird track.
Yeah. And then Thunderbirds. That went to number 1.
Of course it did.
And Thunderbirds was actually their last number 1. And by the looks of it, their last proper single before they split up. And then they revamped and then came back, didn't they? So
yeah, came back. Well, they went Busted first without Charlie. And then Charlie went, I've been a dick and I could have had all this money.
Yeah.
Let's get back on board. Let's fuck McFly off and go back to the original Busted. And let's see how we do.
Yeah. Which is basically how it went. So here's the main question though, and the one that we're all wanting though. Who was your favourite member?
Matt. As much as I just absolutely rinsed him a minute ago.
Is that mainly because Charlie's a cunt and no one remembers the other guy?
Yeah. There's the actual. Could you? As much as I'm a fan, I couldn't tell you the other guy's name.
James Bourne.
See, there you go. You know more than I do there.
Well, it also helped that I just had their Wikipedia page up.
Well, yeah, yeah. I didn't realise that. To be fair.
Well, no, I knew him as well because he actually went on to like write a musical.
Well, I think he owns a music company, like a. Yeah.
I know that he wrote a musical and it was with his band Son of Dork, and then they did a musical called Welcome to Loserville, and then like anyone who like left a soap and then went into musical theatre then went in that show.
Yeah.
So that's as much as I knew, and I'm not a guy who knows musicals in the slightest.
I know a few, but that's
I've never seen one. And then I actually worked out that about a couple of months ago that I've only ever really been to the theatre to watch a panto.
I went to see the last time I went. Well, I've been a few times, but the last time I went, I bought tickets for me and his wife to go see Les Mis at the theatre. Amazing.
Really?
Amazing.
Shit. I mean, I think Les Mis was on my watch list on Netflix, the actual film, but I've not actually.
Oh, what a film! What a film! I thought it was going to be shit. I got dragged to the cinema to see that in 2000, whatever, 11 or whatever the fuck it came out. And first minute of the slaves dragging in the ship, amazing. And then it tails off for a bit, so you might get a little bit bored.
But about to say, is it like a 3-hour film?
It's long. It does tail off for a little bit, and I was getting bored in the cinema, but then Sacha Baron Cohen comes in and fucking ramps it up.
He is a surprisingly good straight actor, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's singing in it. I watched an interview with him, and he said that he had a sore throat when they were recording his Master of the House song, and he said that, oh, don't use that take, it's horrible. And they used it in the film, and it's like flawless. So I don't get what, like, if that's his sore throat, I want to know what his actual voice sounds like.
He was in Sweeney Todd.
As what, with the Johnny Depp one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the Italian barber.
Yeah.
It wasn't a barber, the Italian showman.
Yeah.
Thing.
What you mean?
Or actually, might have been a barber. I don't know. But yeah, he were in that, and I remember going to the cinema saying, "Oh, it's going to be a comedy because he's in it," and then went to go see it, and I was like, "This is definitely not a comedy."
I mean, in Les Mis, Les Mis is not a comedy, but he plays a comedic character in it.
Mm.
And his wife's in it is
Isla Fisher.
Well, she's his wife in real life, isn't she?
Yeah, but is it Isla Fisher because she's?
No, it's she married to fucking Tim Burton.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yes, her.
Turns out, yeah, sorry, Sacha Baron Cohen in real life is married to Isla Fisher. Yeah. But yes, Tim Burton's. They never actually married. They actually were just partners, but they separated. Was Helena Bonham Carter?
Yeah, she's his partner. She's the lady of the house.
Oh, as well, I recently found out that Helena Bonham Carter's ancestor was Florence Nightingale.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's quite cool.
It was in a newspaper article about something, but I was like, oh, I didn't even know that Florence Nightingale had kids. Turns out she didn't. It was a cousin. But
after all, yeah, people watching it going, yeah, Jack, Florence Nightingale never had kids, so where are you going with this?
Yeah.
You're shooting us some stupid information. Turns out it was a cousin. Yeah, well, you're right on that, Jack, because she never had children. So. Yeah.
I will be able to tell you one, and this always blows my mind. I'm assuming you've watched Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Do you know from season 1, Daenerys' brother who gets the crown?
Yeah.
I want to see how well you're going to get this light on first. Way!
No, it's the wrong one. Yes.
Daenerys' brother who wears the crown, in real life, his great-great-granddaddy, Charles Dickens.
Wow.
Right, I want to fact check myself here because I think it's Charles Dickens.
Wow.
But yeah, it's that for me is Charles Dickens. For me, that still doesn't comprehend in my mind.
It's quite cool, is that?
Yeah.
I mean, does he get? Jesus, does he get a cut of the books?
I doubt. I absolutely doubt it, but you never know. I'm going to just preface this, by the way, that on my side, we've both frozen.
Oh, you're moving about now. You're just swiveling on your chair a little bit.
No, that's fine. It's just as my laptop's fucked. So, but as long as it's recording, that's fine. Although I don't have the facility to stop recording or click anything on Skype. So, and it's now got a pinwheel. So if I randomly go, then you know why. But that's it's going to have to carry on until not, because if not, I can't turn it off. But yeah, do you have any famous relatives?
Nah, I'm a commoner.
Commoners become famous.
Yeah, they do, and then they shit on everyone else that's above it. That's below them.
I have a famous relative. You didn't ask, but I'm telling you.
No, but I was literally just gonna say, what about you?
Right. So you're Bradford way, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Richard Dunn Memorial Centre?
Yeah.
Do you know Richard Dunn?
Well, obviously I know it from the swimming pool. Richard Dunn.
Well, that Richard Dunn is actually a boxer, and me and him are actual distant cousins.
Wow.
Yep. I think it's his dad or his granddad, and my great granddad or my granddad. They were brothers.
Nice. So they're basically honouring your relative by tearing down Richard Dunn. So
I didn't mean that bit, but yeah. But he fought with Muhammad Ali.
Nice.
He got his ass kicked to it, like not kicked, but he got the shit punched out of him. But yeah, he was a pretty famous boxer. He I think he now lives in runs hotels over in Scarborough way. I like to put out that I've never met. It's just that one thing that every at any sort of family reunion, it was like, oh my god, we're related to Richard Dunn. Yeah, but no one knows who he is.
Yeah. I've swam at his swimming pool. That's as much as I can tell you.
You didn't realise that just basically saying that you swam in my elderly cousin's swimming pool just sounds weird.
Yeah, that's like Michael Barrymore territory, isn't it? You know.
Oh God. We've gone from school shootings, Matt Willis's drug addiction, to Michael Barrymore's pool.
I mean, I said, cocaine, that might not have been his drug of choice. So we might not have actually grabbed him there.
Just so we can get the clickbait again. Again, if you're a Gabby Hanna fan, you've clicked into this podcast. I would say we're not normally like this, but we can. I also feel like I don't know if it's a good or bad thing that we should stick to a script next time, because if not, we just go on some fucking tangents.
I mean, but we've had some belters.
Oh,
we've had some belting stuff here. I'm gonna say that's one of the best jokes I've said off the cuff.
Do you know what? I will give you it. But the issue is that if no one knows who Matt Willis is, about his past, or anything like that, it's wasted. But it is up there. I'd probably say in your top 5 jokes that I appreciate from you, mate.
There we go.
There you go.
Top 5.
Top 5. Take it all.
One of the ones has got to be at the start of the pandemic that got cut from the podcast. That's got to be up there.
Oh, do you know what? What'll happen when you make it big and I don't, and I start hating you? I'm going to release all the things that I've cut from the podcast.
Yeah, all the stuff to damage my reputation. Imagine that on the front page of the Sun. Nick Crooks goes for ex-addict. Although you're keeping the Matt Willis joke in because it's fucking hilarious.
I was about to say, what makes you think I'm cutting that out?
I didn't want you to cut it out. I was using that as a headline that I could think of off the top of my head.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
Nick Crooks laughs at old people's dying in the supermarket.
I am straight up keeping that in. I don't want to sound funny. A part of me is thinking, can I make a thumbnail out of Matt Willis? And can this be a name of the title? Because if not, we could get well sued for this shit.
I mean, we could if we name the episode I'll use a picture of him, yes. But the fact that I just outright offered him cocaine.
Yeah. So that is a very valid point, actually. If you're watching this listening to this more recently, and we do a whole featurette on Matt Willis, that's fine. But if you're listening to this years later and suddenly this episode is microscopically small compared to the others, something's been cut out that we can't legally talk about.
Yeah. We get into a legal battle with Busted. And cocaine doesn't work.
Yeah. Although the publicity would definitely get us some good listeners.
Yeah. I mean, people would be listening just to find out what we said.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we should just turn that into insulting celebrities.
I mean, I bet Charlie's having a hard time getting hold of some hair clippers for them big fuck off eyebrows at the minute.
Welcome to Nick Crooks TED Talk on insulting the band.
Do you know what though? Like, I've insulted them, and I actually am a fan. Do you know what I mean? It's not even like I've gone, I hate Busted. Let's throw bags of cocaine at Matt Willis.
Yeah, you are actually a huge fan. So, jeez, bloody Nora.
That was the Nice Guys of Comedy podcast with Jack Vincent and Nick Crooks, recording from their own home and heavily fucking edited. Follow them at I am Jack the end of Nick Crooks Comedy, why don't ya? #NiceGuys.